Okay, this should be an easy clap unless we get super unlucky with Nocturne, and we're not going to. This is just a delete button right now. There's Valkyra. There we go, guys. How the heck are you guys? Fasty from the future here. In this video, you are going to see an account takeover for a viewer, Blake from Australia. Shout out to him. This took place just over a month ago. At the time of filming, I had only done like 5 or 10 account takeovers for Watcher of Realms. I used to do them a lot in Raid Shadow Legends. At this point, we've done almost 30. So it's definitely a big part of what I do. If you are interested, feel free to contact me directly on Discord. My handle is @Fastidious1. Otherwise, just kick back, relax, enjoy the video, and maybe learn a thing or two about Gear Raid 2. I'll see you soon.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Okay, guys, so we are here for an account takeover live on YouTube Live. We got 43 viewers in the chat. Pretty good for middle of the day on a Sunday. We are in Blake's account. So he is a very active member, also known as the Grim Joke in my Discord community, the Fast and the Fastidious, and he has tasked us today. He's recently beat Gear Raid 1, but now he's having some trouble with Gear Raid 2. I believe he's making progress, but we are going to have a bit of work to do. But he has sent me his roster, and knowing how dedicated a player is and seeing the champions, I think we'll have enough gear, and we definitely have the heroes to do it. So let's take a peek at his Gear Raid 2 and see what we are working with. So yeah, this is gonna be like a straight up takeover. So we only have 2 stages left. That bodes pretty well for us. I am gonna start from scratch, like I like to do on these takeovers, to really, I think it's the best way to make sure we're setting ourselves up for success. But yeah, so this should be a takeover. If you want a proper guide on Gear Raid 2, that should be coming out, I hope, tomorrow. So I'm recording on Sunday right now, so hopefully on Monday or maybe Tuesday. But I do have a guide I've been working on for 2 days now, and I also have a huge, it will be a short video, but I've been taking so much data, like aggregating data, recording data from me and also people helping out in the community, figuring out exactly what the drops look like in terms of how many doubles, if legendaries ever show up. Spoiler alert, they don't. What's the difference? What's the benefit of the privilege card, specifically for Gear Raid 2 Stage 18? But enough about me and my behind the scenes. Let's talk about Blake. So the way I like to approach Gear Raid 2, let's actually do this. Let's do it this way. Gear Raid 2 is, of course, you need some amount of DPS. There's certain kind of champions I'm going to keep an eye out for. But for example, if you approached me and you said, I want to take over for Gear Raid 2, I would suggest, all right, please check tanks, so check defenders and check healers, and let me see exactly what you're working with. Because there's certain elements here we know we're going to need. Specifically, we're going to need a couple defenders and a couple support units, some healers. And that's kind of the starting base. So if we do have the pieces we need here, but if we didn't have them, we would know, okay, is there a way we can compensate, or do we need to wait until you get X champion or X this? So I will say, you certainly are going to want some HP based healers. And I know that might be hard to hear. You can do it without it, it just will be harder. But HP based healers like Vortex or Mid-On, they shine in this battle, right? You're taking some massive damage whenever the boss does his earthquake move, when he slams the ground. HP based healers just naturally are gonna have more tankiness. Someone like Mid-On probably is the best you would get of an epic, because she has AoE heals on her basic. So having Mid-On and then already having Vortex, we're off to a great start. So you see HP based heal, so it's AoE, it's 3, but 3 is a lot. And then some great defense buff, and then some Dispel, which we don't need now, but great later on in the higher levels of the Void Rift. But yeah, Mid-On looking great. And then, you might have peeked the Sadie here. I'll just quickly actually say, there you go, mono heal here, HP based healing, some more HP based healing with some shields that you get. The shields are extremely useful for the stage. But then Sadie is kind of the best in the entire game, I think, for Gear Raid 2, at least in terms of support units and healers. There's no doubt in my mind she was designed for Gear Raid 2. So I probably will do a very, very quick hero spotlight on Sadie right now. So why do I say that? Let's start with the talent. Grants piercing damage reduction or physical damage reduction. This is something we discuss ad nauseum. So 15% to all allies in range. So she's got an interesting range. Let me show you that. It's this, so it kind of looks like a square here, but it's actually that diamond range. So like Autumn or Dolores. But so it's a great range, and especially for Gear Raid 2, you can really cram tons and tons and tons of units in there. So let's work our way up to the ultimate. So first off, piercing damage or physical damage, we have a reduction there of 15% to people in range. Same thing for magic damage. So just basically a 15% reduction to everything but straight up normal damage, unless this is meaning physical, which I would love to see them actually explain it somewhere. It's one thing if they want to abbreviate in the description, guys. Why can't we click it and then they actually say it? I guess a story for another day. So she also, like I said, you want HP-based healers. She does have some nice HP-based healing to all allies in range. That makes her extremely relevant for this fight. Does not make her essential. What the rest of the things in her kit are what makes her essential, or at least like the GOAT unit for it. Then we've got an auto here. After the ultimate ends, randomly grants one of the following buffs to allies in range. Restores the target's HP equal to 10% of their max HP every 1.5 seconds, or increases 20% of their max HP. So tons and tons and tons of lovely stuff. We do have an A1 Sadie, so we get Song of Courage applies both buffs simultaneously. So it's not an either or here. We are going to get both. So we are going to get the heal restoration, and we're going to get the increase in the max HP. Really, really powerful. Then we have Sheltered Heart, so another auto, periodically resists incoming damage 1 time. Cooldown is reduced by 1 second every time this hero takes damage. So she will take not so much damage, but she will take damage from the earthquakes and things. So this one isn't going to come so much into effect, but it is nice that she will resist some incoming damage, and it's on a 1-minute counter, but that's pretty close to how much the earthquake cycles. I've never actually timed it, but I would think it's about 1 minute. So as long as she's taking a couple hits, and we have skilled her out, it looks like, actually. Oh, no, we haven't. If you do skill her out, that's pretty nice. You get her down to 40 seconds. But I think even so, I don't know if that needs to be skilled out for this fight. But as you'll see, a lot of that stuff doesn't matter because no one really takes damage when you come to Ode to Time, the ultimate. So during the ultimate, allies in range only take 40% of incoming damage. When this effect ends, they will lose HP equal to the remaining damage over 12 seconds. So very lucky with the skill books here. Only 2 miss the ultimate. You're only taking 40% of incoming damage, so 60% of that is like mitigated and delayed. And then you have 12 seconds to slowly take that damage, but if you're bringing Sadie, who's bringing heals, or you're bringing a Vortex with more heals, or Mid-On, or maybe you also brought an attack-based healer like Laylock, you can compensate for that other 60% coming. So basically, it's kind of like you're just taking 60% less damage, and that's the end of the story. So she's just amazing, amazing, amazing. Not so much more to say. We'll build these champions out in a second. I've talked about these two. In terms of other champions you might want to use, at least we'll start with the healers. Attack-based champions are fine, but if you don't want the drop right away, you need to pair them with like a Sadie at these higher levels of Geary 2. You can't just build them like straight out attack, so you need or if you do build them straight out attack, you need to make sure they're in a range of Sadie, or you need to put some other tankiness on them. So you take a light lock. You can't just pump attack to the moon, which I'm assuming has been done here. Getting close, not to the moon, but you need to have a lot more than this HP. You probably want them more up like 20k plus. For other healers, I would say someone like Nasande is going to be the same story. Hollow would also be really nice for this fight. So she does do attack-based healing, but her extra skills are really fantastic. When Light of Bliss is activated, recovers 0.6 rage for all allies in range every 1 second. So Light of Bliss, of course, is her ultimate. When triggered, increases the healing multiplier by 25% for 20 seconds, and heroes can heal 1 more target, and the hero can heal 1 more target. So this becomes a 2-ally heal with increased multipliers, and then you pair it with this. This is really the most important thing. So when the ultimate's activated, if you skill it up, it's going to be amazing. You get up to 1%, but here you still get 0.6 for every second this is active, and this will be active for 20 seconds. So that's pretty nice. So we're talking about what there, 12%? Am I right? Yeah, 0.6. Yeah, so 12% rage is going to recover, and that's not like a rage regen generation thing. That's just gonna be like straight up 12% of the range. You get tick, tick, tick. She's really awesome. But again, you're gonna need to put some tankiness on her, or just not use her as your main healer and protect her with some Sadie action. All right, so then I also said you want to key in on tanks. You are going to need 2 tanks for this stage. You can do more, but I think 2 is enough. So in the tank department, that's what could trip us up here. So I'm hoping we can just gear it out well enough. Or I'm also just kind of hoping Sadie takes the reins, because we do have some amazing tank options. We have Livian, and then of course we have Baron and Olague, who are very, very good for this fight. No legendary tanks, but that's not such a big deal. Baron and Olague might as well be legendary. The only problem is they're only 5 stars. Sometimes I like to bring a 3rd healer. Oh, and there's one other thing I want to touch on, which we probably will do at the end. Unfortunately, this is only a 5-star Dolores, but I use Dolores a lot of times. Once I beat it and 3-star it, then I'll go back in once I've unlocked Power of Dominance, so we have plus 30% stats, and then I'll bring someone like Dolores in just to drop at the very end to kill the boss faster and make it like a speed run. So maybe we'll get to demo that here today. So that kind of covers all this stuff. We also have a Solda, who I can't imagine we're going to deploy in the battle, because I don't think I would choose her over Olague or or Baron, but she is an amazing Lord. I would say probably the Northerners are just the best units. As you can see, guys, you're seeing North, 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 North. These Northern Throne units are the best probably for Gear Raid 2, and she is the second best Lord. So she's not King Hearts, but she still is an epic Lord of this. So we'll just go over her Lord skill, because I don't think we'll probably deploy her, and if we do, it'll just be kind of as a meat shield. Increases faction allies' basic attributes by 10%. That is the standard for epic Lords in this game. Periodically grants all faction allies a shield equal to 20% of their max HP for 20 seconds. That's super relevant because we're going to be bringing in tons of high HP champions into this fight. So it's not like we're just bringing squishy units. We're bringing our Vortex, we're bringing our Sadie. These are HP based units, and then of course our tanks will be up to their eyes in HP. The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. So again, this is great synergies, and we are going to bring, I can just tell you off the bat, and Lightlock, deck actually has 2 factions as well. So we've got Sadie for sure. We're bringing Vortex for sure. Probably we'll bring Mid on. We'll bring her, I guess, if she counts, if she's not deployed, I don't know, but bring her as a Lord, and then we'll definitely bring Olague. I actually should say, while we have Olague here, do we have enough? I do want to max level him, because we're going to be using him, and we might need him, depending on the gear. We might need him fully leveled up, I mean. We'll definitely need him regardless. So the next thing I would suggest you do, also sorry if I'm ignoring the chat right now, I'm just trying to focus on this. I like to check fighters. So some tanky ground units or some really high damage ground units are really nice because you can fit them into Sadie's range, which you'll see once we deploy her. You can really tuck them all in there. And then they can put a lot of damage out on the units so the units are giving their aggro to your tanks, and then you can put these guys on the side or kind of drop them after the fact. So Abomination, I would say, is like definitely S tier for this fight. Valkyra is extremely good for this fight. The one thing I will say about Valkyra is this range is very nice, so 3 tiles in front of her. Someone like Arrogance or Zilito would be even better because they get the side range as well. But she's still very strong for this fight with some nice magic damage. So we'll be bringing her, no question. We'll be bringing Wrath. Also, this just caught my eye. Valkyra is also of the same faction. She's a Northerner. She's from North Throne faction, so she'll benefit from our Isolde. So we're gonna have a good North team. And then we'll bring Wrath because we probably will build some sort of a Nightmare Squad. I imagine. I don't know if we'll bring Volca, but because we are almost certainly bringing Abomination, we do need to bring Wrath. And then maybe we'll just deploy Wrath as like a last body. So after that, the only thing that really matters, you kind of have the whole fight covered. The only thing is, once you kill, so there's 17 enemies you're going to face. Once you've killed the first 16, then the boss is finally going to trudge his way down, and you got to kill him reasonably quickly. You can keep some support up, but instead of doing his kind of boom, 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 wait, boom, 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 wait, boom, 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 wait, and then he waits for like a minute, he's just going to kind of slap for a long time. I've never counted how many it is, but it's kind of hard to support, so you ideally just want to take him down pretty fast. So that's where I would go to mages and marksmen, but specifically mages are best for this. We can click on marksmen because I know we have Setram on this account, who would be really good for taking down the boss. So Setram will be great, but then of course we have Nocturne, who is one of the best in class for this fight with really good single target burst true damage on his ultimate, which is really good. And again, wow, it's catching me again. Nocturne is a Northerner, so he's from the North Throne faction. So we're stocked up. So I'd say for sure that's the key. So find at least one. Fortunately, we do have 2. I think for now we probably just will try bringing Nocturne. But yeah, without further ado, let's start building this team out and start gearing. So I like to just break the whole team down, even though he's pretty close to what I would do. Just this way I can do it in my own way from scratch. So we know we want a lot of those Northerners, so let's start building that out. So we know we need Isolde as our leader. Of course, we need Nocturne. Of course, we need Valkyra. Of course, we need Sadie. Of course, we need, and now it gets a little bit tricky. Do we want Vortex or do we want Midon? I actually think if we can build this Sadie well enough, particularly because Midon is only 5 stars, it makes more sense to bring Vortex. So even though he doesn't have the AoE, he will put shields up, and Sadie should make it a lot easier for people's HPs to stay high enough that Vortex can give them excess healing. The way Vortex triggers his shields is by healing over 100%, and then a certain portion of that, based on how much you have skilled him up, will turn into shield, which is very useful. So we also bring Olague for sure. He probably doesn't need the buffs because we will put him on the side, I believe, with Valkyra. I'll have to see how long her range looks once I'm looking at the map. Now, Midon, I don't know if we will bring yet. So that's a great starting point. Now let's just go to see whatever healers and tanks I might want to bring. We may have missed. So no question, we need Baron. We're not going to bring Dolores yet because there's no reason to speed run this thing. Autumn also works. So like on my account, I don't have Dolores, but I did use Autumn to speed up my runs once I unlocked Power Dominance on 18. Midon is highly likely we bring her, so I'll put her in there for now. All right, now time to go to fighters. So we'll start building out this little nightmare unit. So no question, we need Wrath and Abomination. And I think that maybe is the team already that we are gonna bring. So to recap, what are we working with here? We got a crazy amount of Northern heroes. I've chosen these 5 to be the ones to benefit from the bonus, and I will tell you why. We have to choose Isolde because she's the Lord. So she's there, so we have 4 spots to play with. Sadie is the most important person for this fight, so no reason not to give her 10% boosts and extra shields. We want her HP as high as possible. We just want her doing her thing. Valkyra and Nocturne, they're going to be our main damage dealers, so we really need, along with Abomination, but they're going to be, especially towards the end of the fight, we really need them. So we want them to survive longer, even though we probably will hold off on dropping Nocturne until the end. But we also want them to have extra attack to really do their thing, and especially with Nocturne, where he really only needs attack for his ultimate, that's very important. So that covers these 4. And then we chose Vortex. Of course, he just needs the HP and he needs the shields. And I will say also, Isolde's shields is going to make it even easier for people not to take damage, so then Vortex can make sure it's going to all work together. There's going to be a lot of synergy. So they're not going to drop as low if they do drop at all, and then Vortex will come in, put them in excess, give them shields, rinse, and repeat. I'm seeing people in the chat talking about AoE mages. You do not need any AoE for this stage at all. I mean, if you have some AoE ground damage, that could be nice, but really the only thing you're going to need big damage for is at the end when you take down the boss. So that's why someone with Nocturne, honestly, Nocturne's better than like Virna for this fight. I'm pretty comfortable saying that. He's one of the best units for this fight, and just taking down that boss, just exploding, nuke. And Valkyra should be really nice as well. So going to the bottom row, we have Wrath. Wrath we probably will just drop as a unit, because then we'll get our 3rd member of the Nightmare faction deployed. We might just drop him at the end, but he's really there just to support Baron and Abomination. And then finally, we have our 2nd tank in Olague, and then we have our backup heals if we need them in mid-on. But don't think mid-on's not important. Like for me, I actually couldn't beat this until I 6-starred mid-on. But if you have Sadie, things are a bit different. So I like to, as always, work backwards. So let me actually, just for my own sake, order these the way I think I want them ordered. This looks pretty good. So this is just the order I'm going to choose to gear them up. So Sadie is the most important. Really with her, just to go over her kit again, it's hard to generate rage because she just grants this HP based healing. I'm assuming she's got a large attack interval. I will have to check very quickly. Let me go to gear. We're just going to do full unequips on basically all these guys. So we're attacking. Oh, it's only a 2-second attack interval. So a touch of rage regen wouldn't hurt anyone, and attack speed certainly wouldn't, which we were already planning on. We don't need to skill her up, so we'll just rock with that. But mostly we're just going to try to pump HP to the moon. So we should have a decent amount of gold, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I guess we'll find out in one short moment. But broken sets on accessories, especially on a lower level account in terms of gear quality. Like this is the same kind of situation I'm in with my account. So we'll do HP percentage. And then I guess if I have to hunt for something, I'll hunt attack speed. We can just see what we can find. This piece is pretty nice. I might even just do a quick flat HP. Okay, no. So let's just see first what so this is rage regen and healing effect. This piece is quite nice. That's probably our leading candidate, as long as it doesn't roll terribly. So now it's going to get to the slower part. I'll be able to check the chat in a second. So we're going to start rolling gear. So yeah, something like this I'll just take straight to 12, unless we get like a super low percentile roll on the defense bonus, which we absolutely did not. So we're set. I think we feel pretty comfortable here. Yeah, Hala really does do the God's work. I completely agree. I wish I had her. Wow, this is a great piece. So no purple, but just solid blue all around. So this piece is going to go right on her. Just keep it moving. See if anything catches our eye. This piece kind of catches my eye. Should be a pretty easy roll as well. Some solid stuff. The gear on this account's not that bad for where we're at. I like that I can just bring this to 8 and find out if I like it. So what else we miss? Why attack speed? The higher the attack speed, the lower the attack interval, the more time she's going to use her 3 target. That's awesome. Great roll. The more often she's going to use her 3 target heal on her A1, her HP based heal. So attack speed's really nice on her. Attack speed makes healers heal faster. Yeah, exactly what Midnight said. Heal more often. Okay, everyone's saying the same thing. Cool. Good rolls here, guys. That we will 16 this. I know it, guys. Don't cringe. Like, I know this isn't like if you're closer to the end game or even like solidly in the mid game, you're not dying to 16 this. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a plus 16 HP bonus with solid healing effect and very solid flat HP. I know there's 3 flat stats on this, but look at this. This thing's rolling like a beast. All right, this actually rolled really well, this piece. I know the stats aren't great, but we will use it. Let's keep moving. This one's solid. This one's probably the best option we've seen so far because this piece will also last on an account well if it rolls well as a Glacier piece. This piece is very good for Glacier. Good thing you locked it. Okay, I do want to take this piece up. Cucumber Rick asks, do I sell all the flat stack gear on Ring, Amulet, Bangle? I would keep some at the beginning, but you'll quickly reach a point where you can sell it all. But unless you have tons and tons and tons of gear, if it's mythic and the substats are good, it usually will be worth giving a couple rolls. Well, not usually, but there are definitely circumstances where you might want to roll it. This piece is exactly fine, but we will use it. It is Glacier set at least. All right, so I'm not going to get too cute with this, guys. We're only going to look at 2 sets. And I always say stats before sets. However, it's usually a lot easier, especially since I know he's been farming Gear Aid 1, to find decent stuff for the weapon and the breastplate. So I am going to actually focus on sets right now. So Salvation for the healing effect bonus and Life Force for the HP percentage bonus, the HP bonus. And we're just going to sort by HP bonus in the subs. Okay, let's try this piece. Some nice subs on this one. Whether attack speed works on healers? Yeah, absolutely. Because even though it's a heal, it's still their basic attack. Every champion in the game will have a basic attack that does some action. It should be called like basic action, right? Because technically you're not attacking your... But that's just semantic. This piece is pretty mediocre, pretty mid. We do got to keep it moving though. I do fall into this trap a lot of times when I do takeovers. I really want it to be like such a success. So what I end up doing is I like... really end up over gearing, like obsessively gearing the champions to make them amazing, when a lot of times we just need them to be solid to get through the content. But why not? Let's see what this Sadie's going to look like. All right, huge first roll. That bodes well for the second one, I believe. The chair I'm sitting in, guys, is so uncomfortable. It's like a wooden folding chair. I'm not enjoying it. All right, that rolled really nicely. And it's got some other... So this piece I will just bring to 12. The benefit on the flat stat, on the main stats of your breastplate and your weapon, it's something you probably eventually will want to do, especially if the plus 16 substat's really awesome. Wow, this is a great piece, man. Congrats, Blake. But however, it's going to just take us a lot of time and a lot of gold right now, so we don't need to. But that piece is lovely. So we're going to Salvation officially. So let's move over to weapon. And I do want to get the full set. So I'm really hunting for HP percentage now. It looks like he hasn't leveled anything, which is a drag, but this one should give some instant feedback. Great synergies potentially here. Yeah, I might look around, maybe find a pillow to sit on. This is horrible right now. All right, Sadie's done. So keep moving along. I'm gonna go a lot faster now. Sadie's kind of the one I care the most about. With someone like Vortex, so I'll just tell you the way I like to build Vortex. Especially, actually, I can do a quick little spotlight. I've done it before, and I will do it again when I do my proper, like, full comprehensive guide. Vortex is one of the very, very, very best champions, maybe like in the game for his rarity, but certainly for Gear Aid 2. Found it's somewhere in up to like 16. It was about 30% regen you wanted on a Vortex. I mean, of course, that's dependent on the attack speed. However, I think it's more like 35 or 40 to these later stages, but because we have Sadie, we can probably skip the first one. Even on mine at the beginning, when the first 3 deploys I did was Baron, of course Decimus as well. But, oh, we forgot Decimus for the fight, so we're going to lose a spot, so I guess mid-on's out. I don't know if you guys said that in chat, but I forgot about Decimus. We are going to need Decimus. Usually when I would do, not counting Decimus, Baron, Vortex, and mid-on, they could hold their own without having to use an ult for that beginning thing, and then you can time it out well. So I'd say you still want at least 30% rage regen. However, we're just going to hunt HP percentage and look for if we can find a little attack speed, a little rage regen. That's a bonus. I would prefer not to be leveling up gear right now. It looks like I have to. We can see on these couple leveled pieces. All right, so this one's great. Healing effect and attack speed. We'll take that, and it's Mana Spring, which is kind of cute. What do we have here? A little bit of rage regen. I mean, we can throw that on for now. I mean, we don't have to get obsessive. Here's rage regen. I might pick that up as well, actually. Cool. So you can see from that, we've got our attack speed up to 56. So the easiest way to just get this done, if we want to get to that 110 to 150 range, I am going to go use a Whirlwind set. Whirlwind set is really, really powerful, especially early on when you don't have the best gear. I'm assuming it falls off later in the game. So we're just going to sort by HP bonus. Nothing else really matters right now. I guess I'll look for heal effect if we can find it. It's very hard to find attack speed here, and I'm almost certain, even though it doesn't state it in game, you can never get a rage regen sub on weapon or breastplate. There's a heal effect, but the HP is hidden all the way at the bottom. All right, so let's just, so now what I like to do when they're all a little bit comparable, I just want to find which has the soonest HP bonus, so we don't have to level that much to get feedback. So that one was at 8, this one's at 8. This one is also 8, so this one's the best piece, so let's just bring this to 8. Change the latency. What's up, Archer? Yeah, I mean, if you want to spend less time gaming, then this is not the game for you. Especially if you want to do it as your full-time job. This is my whole life right now is this game. Okay, let's just see if there's anything ready already. Let's just take this. It's fine. So there you go. You'll see we're at 231 attack speed. So probably, I don't know what the threshold, probably right in between the two we wanted to be at, hopefully closer to the lower numbers so we're not wasting stats. But you can see HP's okay. Is this an Awakened Vortex? It seems like it is with this high stat here. So it is an Awakened 3 Vortex, very nice. This Vortex should do very, very well for us, and it looks like he's skilled up too. So someone has to go. It's going to be mid-on. Decimus is super important, obviously. There he is. Okay, so keeping moving. I know the re-gear is taking a while. Let's go to Nocturne since he's so easy. So Nocturne, I'll just quickly show his skills. The only thing that really matters, I mean, his kit is good, but what matters the most for us is his ultimate paired with, where is it? Where's the true damage? Real damage, they call it, but it's true damage. Each attack is a 15% chance to inflict an additional real damage. If you could get him maxed out on this skill, getting that to 20% makes a really big difference. But basically this means he's getting just completely ignoring all defense, 340% of attack. So once you trigger his ultimate, where his attack range expands, doesn't matter for this fight, but each attack deals magic damage as much as 180% plus 180% as well, lasting for 25 seconds. And it's like a burst. So we'll be shooting out all these crows. Or ravens. Are there crows or ravens? I feel like they're crows. Combined with the chances to get Dark Sacrifice, the true damage, you'll see occasionally you'll just see a huge tick drop off. But also real damage cannot crit. What are they saying here? Weapon you guys again. Yeah, attack speed, but you can't get rage in. Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate that. Let me make this thing smaller. It's way too big. I clicked the wrong thing. Control Z. Okay, well, anyway, so we can just pump his attacks to the moon. That's the point of what I'm trying to get at. Crits could be nice on him, but we don't need them. So I'm going to sort by attack bonus. Gear set, we're just going to go for Calamity. Let's get a bunch of attack. Wow, you really got to start. We got a lot of stuff to level up. This piece is just insane, so even though we don't need it for him, I do want to bring this to 8 because this piece is crazy. You finally quit Raid. Congratulations, Archer. It's a great feeling. The best part of playing Raid is the moment when you get to quit. No, I'm just kidding. Well, am I? I don't know. Good first roll. What's going on in the chat? No rage regen. Yeah, so I was correct. You can never get rage regen on weapons or breastplates. But look, and I actually did know for sure that you could attack speed on the weapon. I did not know that you could never get it on the breastplate, so that's good to know. All right, this is great instant feedback piece. Great first roll. The rest isn't that good, but this is going to be our best option so far. I'm going to quickly look. We're only going to do things that are where you're going to get the attack bonus at +8 and +4. So something like this is great. Let me guess, Hydra class is the last shot. Shout out to all you guys for taking this time to hang out with me. Ooh, this is the piece right now because it does have crit. We're going to bring this to 16. Shout out to you guys for taking time to hang out with me on your Sunday afternoon or evening. It really does mean a lot. I think a lot of you guys know this is my full-time job currently. That's why I literally am spending 12 hours a day. Not even playing anymore. I barely play the game, if I'm being honest. Actually, that reminds me, I should probably check on. But I'm making content, editing content, chatting with people, planning videos. You'd be shocked how much time it takes out of your life. I've been up since 5 a.m. this morning. It is now 3 p.m., so that is already over a full work day. Would dropping frames per second make rolling gear faster? I doubt it, because even when you drop it to lower, I think you still only drop to 30. If you could drop it, maybe you could do the raid trick, excuse me, if you drop to like 10. It could help. But yeah, guys, so if you want to support me, it's as simple as clicking the like button on the stream and subscribing. I'm not asking for any of your money or anything like that. If you want to feel generous, you can do it, but I would never ask. Just you know, subscribe. Check out the last few videos. The algorithm has not been treating us well, I'm going to be honest. the videos aren't doing like horrible, but like our basement on floor for like the past week before the past 3 days was like 2K views, and now it's settling at like 1.2, so that is a big difference. This piece is great. Wow, congrats. Flat stats suck, but this piece is really cool. We will probably just keep it on Nocturne because it is leveled up now. Hopefully we find some easy attack bonus. This piece could be amazing for you, and we'd only need to bring it to 12 right now. Also, I think the rolls have been going pretty well. Like even rolls like this. Like this is for me and Blake, our levels of account. This piece is fine. So there we go. Now let's just hunt main stats. Should have unequipped already. Honestly, what I like to do, he's probably not going to have many options, but what I do on my account for someone like Nocturne is, oh, there's Cratch. This piece is awesome. Because what I was going to say I do is I hunt for attack percentage bonus, and then I'll just hunt for flat attack, at least at this point, just to really pump that thing as high as possible. Ancient pieces? No. Ancient pieces have the same main stat. Their substats have basement rolls. So a legendary piece can't roll lower than 2 bars, and a mythic ancient piece can't roll lower than 3 bars. So you're guaranteed like 60th percentile rolls or higher. So it's really, really nice. Okay, moving along. Okay, I'd say let's check on the tanks now, and then we'll focus just on damage, and then we'll be good. So if his HP is already pretty high, which it's not, unfortunately, I was going to say if it's already pretty high. So I was going to be honest, guys, Blake has obviously been a culprit of quick equipping. So when you quick equip, I'll just show you. It's a quick equip. They will always prioritize BP. And the way you get the most amount of BP here, which really only matters for Tide, and BP doesn't matter anywhere else, it's just an approximation. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. If you do a quick equip, they always prioritize BP, and you get the most BP from set bonuses, right? But we don't set bonuses until later in the game, and always until the very end of the game when you have great gear. You never care about sets. You always stats over sets when it comes to accessories, right? So quick equip, it can hurt you for sure. So just gonna HP bonus. Ideally, I don't have to roll anything. It looks like I do. I'm just gonna probably start. We are gonna have to roll stuff up. Who am I kidding? So it is for a tank, so I'm gonna look for defense percentage 2. I think that's the most straightforward way to do it. If we could find some flat defense as well, it'd be nice. That's a drag. This rolling takes so long in this game, man. So we'll look for early feedback. This could be a potentially great piece. Yeah, what Godfather said is correct. So ancient pieces do not roll any higher. It's the what do they call it? Infernal roar. Those pieces. It's the ones you get by using those little dusts and crystals that we get at high levels of Guild Boss, and then of course in the Void Rift. That's how you can get those kind of pieces. This is pretty cool. I'm actually going to 16 this. You can argue with me while I go and get a glass of water. But these are solid rolls, and everything here is useful to him. Attack speed will help him generate rage. Will help him get shield. Blah 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 blah. All right, that rolled pretty well. Guys, if someone you know or love is a quick equip abuser, don't be afraid to get help. Reach out and support them. Even quick equip abusers need help from people like us. All right, what are we working with here? Ooh, this is like, talk about instant feedback. The 2 things I care the most about are the first 2 rolls. So I'll just quickly take this moment. What are the substats you want on tanks? So tanks, you really want them to be tanky. So there's 2 ways to accomplish that in this game. It's for them to have a huge HP pool, so they have tons of hit points, or for them to either also better and than or, but also to have very high defense, because defense is going to mitigate damage. However, the way things scale in this game, at least currently, as good as defense can be if you pump it super high, because champions will have such high base HPs, but such low, look at this, this is a 5-star Baron at 16k, it'll be well over 20 when he's 6 stars, but such low base defenses, not that this is so bad, but you can see it's almost in line with his attack. It's much easier to build champions with HP. I think eventually, maybe if we all have like defense bonus gear with super great HP subs, that might even be better, but for now, I mean, I still need to do testing on that, but for now, it really seems like this is the way to go. This piece is fine. I don't love it. This piece is good. Quick equip is a pretty terrible thing in this game. Until you have like tons of gear from all different kinds of sets and it's all plus 16 or whatever, They will never care about the quality of the gear over the making the set complete. So they might be leaving like a plus 16 HP percentage with perfect subsets, attack speed, rage regen, flat HP, defense bonus, you know, but just because there's one random piece from the same set as the other pieces that they think is relevant to that champion, you know. All right, this piece, is this just the piece? I mean, nothing is really speaking to me right now. We have to just stick with this. It's fine. So you can see we didn't get the HP that high, but part of that is because he's a 5-star champion. So we're really going to count on, what's her face? Sadie to carry us here. So now what we do, for now we don't care, of course, about salvation. That's heal effects. We just go straight for life force, and all that matters to us is HP bonus. This is going to be our main tank, so we will take this off of Olague. We'll find something else for Olague later. I could bring this to 16 for the primary, but I want to save as much gold as we can, and I want to focus on moving on. I'm happy to take this from Setrim, so sorry, am I? No, we'll just take this from Aona. It's fine. And guys, if I ever do a takeover for you, I will obviously work really hard, I think, as you're seeing now. However, whatchamacallit, I lost my train of thought. I am going to rip gear off of people whenever I want, so that's just par for the course, so you just got to be ready to deal with that after the fact. All right, so Baron's done. Let's do Olague now. Where's our Olague? See, equip. So when you clicked equip, they were quick equip. They're choosing to make these random sets that don't even have leveled gear. So they're really not prioritizing the quality of the stats. They're just prioritizing the completed set. So until you have tons of sets with tons of leveled pieces and then they can care about stats, it's really the most useless thing there is. Anything here that we can use? This one? Okay, this one is absolutely fine. So finally, there's a piece we don't have to roll from scratch. Thank you, Blake. And not your fault either. I know probably tons of these pieces are new or you haven't needed to use yet. Today's stream is brought to you by Gosling Diet Ginger Beer. The ginger beer for streamers. Great. Fine rolls. Adequate. 12 to 16, in my experience, anywhere from 500 to 700k. Sometimes, actually, I should say it's more like 500 to 900k. I mean, you never know. It's RNG, but that's probably where I'd rank it. I find from 0 to 16 usually is like 700 to 1 million. Too much is the correct answer, yes. All right, we're doing the same thing we did with Baron, guys. Very simple. Once these champions, because they'll be geared, once you log back into your account, I would do at least like 50 to 100 Gear Raid 2 runs. Just get some nice accessories. No reason not to take advantage of the team being built. Okay, so I think all of our tanky units are done, right? The whole top row except for Valkyra's on. We got a little bit of DPS. Then we got boom, boom. So the only thing, we have 3 DPS left. Wrath is the least important. The soul that I don't care about, I can't imagine we're going to deploy her. So we'll just put random gear on her just to give her a little tankiness. Abomination is probably the next, well, Valkyra, then Abomination, then we'll check on Decimus. Actually, let's do Decimus now because he's so easy. So the way I would suggest you gear Decimus, first off, guys, this is super important. Your Decimus needs to be max skill. Absolutely. Guys, Decimus needs to be max skill. Why do I say that? Defiance is passive. When HP drops to 0, the hero remains alive and continues to fight for 6 seconds. This goes up to 8 seconds, and you need that 8 seconds for this fight for the second roly-poly-oly to come down and hit you. This cannot work, okay? And I am also going to try to put him in a rapidity set and just save us 1 extra cost. Why not? Because he is the kind of champion you keep redeploying. But yeah, Decimus is an amazing champion. One of the most powerful rares in the game for sure. So rapidity, really early game set, but really useful. I guess flat HP is probably our best if we have a choice. We'll just take this one because it's leveled. But yeah, rapidity just getting 1 cost less, so I think that brings him from 17 to 16 is pretty cool. Alright, basically done. I don't care about these pieces at all. I think he's going to be so fragile anyway. He's going to die instantaneously. So all that matters is that he's skilled up and that his cost is low. We'll leave him like that. Okay, I think time to do Valkyra because she's going to be our main, probably our main throughout the fight damage dealer. So Valkyra, I'm going to familiarize myself with her kit. Let's actually see how you're doing here. You only have 1 crystal, so I won't touch it. I wanted to see, guys, quick tip. I'm actually going to make a YouTube short about this, I think. It's so much easier to get legendary skill dust than it is to get legendary crystals. I strongly suggest on every legendary champion that you use at least a little. Once you reach like the early mid game to mid game, Get them all to the point where, let's see if anyone's there. Get them to the point where you only need skill dust, and then you can stop once you. It looks like you actually did a great job, Blake, of doing exactly what I'm suggesting. So if Cratch, we don't use him, so that's why he didn't do it, which I don't blame him. I didn't do it on mine either. But you can. There's a point where you can only use skill dust, and then you'll start needing crystals. Get it to the point where you need crystals, because you're gonna reach a point where you have so much more dust than crystals, so there's no reason not to use it. Very cool champion. Let me read her skills really quickly. So she's AoE magic damage. Is this? Yeah, magic damage. To multiple enemies in range, and she inflicts magic vulnerability. She's so strong, man. Oh, and basic attack range +1. So that's our awakened Valkyra. So she's gonna get 4 tiles, like we said before. Increases attack by 5% after 6 seconds to up to 8 times. So up to 40% boost, and that's a permanent effect. So fortunately, we've already increased the max bonus we'll get, which is the most important thing. However, if you need her quicker, you can get this interval down to 14 seconds, which is really cool. And then immediately revives 1 allied unit in range and restores 60% HP for them. I didn't not know she had this ability. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per deployment, does not revive for the hero herself. Okay, interesting. Increases damage by 45% for 25 seconds. So she's just, yeah. Great. Let's just check her attack interval. Yeah, Blake got really lucky on Sadie's ult for sure. What's going on, Martijn? How you doing? Shout out to the Netherlands. Okay, so very, 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 very low attack interval. I believe this is the lowest attack interval in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have never seen lower than 2 seconds before. So she's 1.8. So we don't need actually much attack speed on her to really benefit. So this already, like this 100 thing, is a sweet spot. You can see he did a quick equip again. So I actually am going to go off of this. So what do we need on Valkyra? She needs crit. So we do the classic attack bonus and then crit. See what we can get. See what we can get. This piece could be awesome, so let's roll this up. Oh my god. We might, if this doesn't roll well on crit, the whole piece might be cursed. Okay. Terrible roll. We're not gonna keep going. Greets to Graham. I'm telling you guys, it's magic. Every time I leave, I come back and we have more viewers, not less. I think people just hate looking at me. Ooh, this piece could be so good. Please be so good, please. Great roll. This might be our +16 we've been waiting for. Oh my god! You're so lucky, Blake. This is better than any. This already be the best attack bonus piece on my account already. And it's a good set. Goated. Her base is 2.4. Oh, because it had already been reduced. Oh, I'm such a boner. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you, Pink Jesus. I didn't realize it had already been applied. You know, it was wishful thinking. Yeah, two is the minimum. Guys, don't this piece is crazy. So of course we're not rolling for the flat defense right now. Yeah, this piece is so good. We're rolling for the extra bonus. Getting from 15 to 16 is kind of huge. Thank you very much for the subscription, Espadao. I like that name, Espadao. Okay, so we definitely need some attack speed, which we know we can only get from the weapon now. Thank you guys that figured that out. Confirmed my suspicion. This is going to be the piece already, almost certainly. And I probably will +16 it, even though it's not amazing yet. We got to keep pushing. Nothing says you're Dutch like bringing up F1 in a random mobile video game stream like this. Dude, I told you have to max out Decimus' skills, which there's no reason. Any rare hero you would even dream of using, you have to max out their skills. Because we have a big problem in this game. There's nothing you can do with rare skill dust, because there's only going to be like 5 or 6 rare heroes you'll ever even think about using. Wow, that piece rolled so well. You're welcome. This piece is great. For this account, this piece is great. Okay, now let's just find a Calamity. Do we have enough attack speed already? I would like a little more if I'm being honest. So I think we're a little screwed. I think we're just going to +12 this, and we're using it one way or another. Unless we can find a really early... Oh, this one. Ooh, we're using this piece. Even if this rolls like into the gutter, we're using this piece. It's cheaper to roll legendary pieces, just so you know, guys. So getting a legendary piece +12 usually costs like between 70k and 100k. So kind of... Oh, baby! Let's go! Oh, we're gonna clear 18. But yeah, if you guys are like Wolfpack, Wolfpack is probably the band I would play the most for you guys, if I could. But I will get copyright stricken, so that's why we always listen to the same stuff. But if you like them, or even if you don't know them and you like my tastes, they are probably my favorite band of like the past 5 years of my life. And this piece is sick. of the past 5 years of life, and they have a concert from Bonnaroo that came out about 1 month ago, and they posted the whole thing for free on YouTube. It's an amazing concert video. Sick piece, guys. So this is the best character right now. The attack speed's too low, but this is still really, really strong build. Crazy high attack we got on her for not the highest base attack. Okay, so let's do Abomination, and then we're out of here. Let's see what we got already. So we got an HP. We got a crit. No, we can't use this. Shoot. Okay. So the way we're going to use Abomination, guys, is mostly for damage. So I'm going to prioritize HP a little less, but we'll still look for it when we can get it. So we'll quickly take some peeks if we can find any crit stuff. It's like, we're just going to take this. It's fine. We don't have to obsess over him. He's not the main thing for us right now. We might have to go back if our damage is really limited. Where was that other piece I saw, please? This one. Let's throw it on. So now I actually might just quickly see, do we have any HP bonus with a crit sub? Oh, that could be so good if I was willing to roll it. This one's pretty nice. Let's bring this to 8. Bonnaroo? Bonnaroo's like, you guys don't know Bonnaroo? Bonnaroo's like an insanely famous music festival in America. It takes place in Kentucky every year. Ooh! So guys, when this happens, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna, when that happens, watch, now I'm gonna eat my words. It has such a high chance to roll at least mid rolls. See, it like basically turns it into like a legendary ancient. You know, like it seems to me at least like the minimum is around the second line. You see? We're just gonna bring it up. This piece is sick. Yes. So if we were doing like a very universal build, we would if we could do it the per build, we put him in a glacier ring set or a glacier set. So he's getting attack from his HP. We put at least 2 HP bonuses, if not 3. On his accessories, and then we just try to pump attack and crit elsewhere. But yeah, I told you guys, I'm telling you, a really big high first roll kind of guarantees you. Okay, cool. But right now we need him more, really just for straight up damage, and we don't have the craziest stuff. Also, guys, if you like free-to-play content, Ivy just started a really interesting series today. It's free to play, but she's only going to play 1 hour a day. I think that's a very interesting concept. I'm telling you, dude, that the theory works. Wow. I'm just saying, if you... Whoa! You guys should let me do takeovers for you. It's worth the money. Look at these rolls. You can't... I was going to say, you can't buy these rolls, but, I guess, Brad did. Crazy rolls. Good so far, says Cat Daddy Lurk. Next 4 days off and the missus works all week. Nothing could sound more like gaming time than I don't have to work and she does. That's like bust out the headset. So we have Abomination. Is there anyone else? Was he the last one we had to gear? Oh, we got to throw random gear on a Solda. Oh my god, we're going to 16. I'm on fire. I'm on fire right now. We're getting purples every piece right now, and with good substats. Once you actually properly put these pieces around for different content, this is going to change your whole account, man. These are crazy rolls. We're actually running out of gold. It's insane. Oh my god, I'm on fire! Oh my god, I'm on fire! Wow. Baby. Yeah, this went into like, let's just throw random gear on Abomination to like, is this a goat character now? So a huge amount of HP. He's got crazy base HP, a huge amount of attack. He's gonna do a lot of work for us. All right, are we finally ready? Done. So Isolda. I'm gonna be very, very liberal with what I choose to put on our gear was. Honestly, that's fine. Even though this is a quick equip, you can see the HP looks solid. Everything's fine. She's even in a Mana Spring set. I love Mana Spring sets. Time to finally do it, baby. All right, let's hop right in. I guess I probably won't 1x it, but I will talk you through my strategy. But keep in mind, guys, if you're interested in Gear Raid 2 content, I have a guide coming out probably on Tuesday. It'll be very comprehensive. So what I like to do first is put out Vortex so we can already start building up his Rage. Now we're going to wait. Here comes the roly-poly-oly. Get ready with your Decimus, and you can see my Decimus is only 16 costs because of the Rapidity set I put him on. A very nice set, even though it's an early game set. It's a really good one. We're going to wait, and now we're going to hopefully get down our better tank Baron. So what we do now is we let him take one more hit. Now we're going to pick up our Decimus to get some cost back, and we play Sadie. I like to play Sadie here, guys, because she covers tons and tons and tons of space with her heals. You can really see, so she's got that diamond formation, which is very nice. So we'll see how our Baron's doing, whether or not we need a trigger. It looks like we are going to need a trigger. So now I will one exit to explain how Sadie works, guys. So he's going to come with his Earthquake move. I'll go to the monster manual to show you. So deals high consecutive piercing damage to all targets 3 times, right? Or physical damage, excuse me, to all targets 3 times. So Sadie's basically going to mitigate that and turn it into only 40% of what it could have been. And then we'll have 12 seconds, which is plenty time between Sadie and Vortex to make that up. So you'll see, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait. And now I will trigger, and hopefully we can just trigger Sadie and then the shields from whatever, and we can save from Baron, and we can just save, yeah, see it works, because Sadie's just so overpowered for this. Great. So now what I'm going to do is place Valkyra, and you can see because she's A1, we're going to be able to cover this whole row. So Valkyra's, I would say, one of the better, definitely one of the better floor units for this fight in terms of damage, but the fact that he has her A1, I think might make her as good as, like, Arrogance or Zeal 2. Maybe better if you build her right. Alright, so we're going to get ready again with Decimus, and because Baron's stronger, we're going to focus Decimus on this row here. And you'll see, guys, I wait until they've just started entering that first square, so they're behind us. Because otherwise they could roll into us again when we pick up. But now we're going to place Olague. We're going to queue Valkyra, excuse me. I'm already going to pick up... well, I'm going to wait for Decimus to take his second hit. Alright, we're going to pick up Decimus. 2x this, and now I'm going to put down Abomination here. So Abomination's job here is to put some damage out. You can see Olague's taking a ton. We are going to trigger, and the second we can, we're going to trigger with Sadie as well. So you can see no one's died so far, and that's really just on the backs of Sadie and Vortex being insane. And you'll notice, I'll one exit again, we have not used Wrath, we have not used Isolde, we have not used what's-his-face. We'll put Wrath here just to get a little damage. And we're going to get rid of Decimus. Nocturne I'm not going to drop until the very end when I know we need him for the boss. That's really his only job. So Decimus is going to tank, can tank here now because Abomination will take that hit like an absolute champion. Actually, no, okay, he was picked back up by Valkyra, fortunately. Valkyra's super strong, actually. I'm really surprised he took that so hard. So he's going to die. But this is why we have Isolde, and we've been saving our costs. So we can use Isolde kind of in the Decimus role now. We only have 1 round of smashes left. We can trigger there with Olague, trigger with Baron. Wrath's putting out some decent damage. I just realized we never put any gear on him. So we wait, we wait, we wait. We can trigger Valkyra really quick. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to one exit here. See, I lined it up perfect with Vortex. We can trigger. Just trigger anyone who needs. We'll trigger Sadie as well. And now we're kind of Gucci. We can take one more hit, and we'll put down our main damage dealer, and we're going to let... I probably should have waited on Valkyra, but hopefully Nocturne loads up quickly. And as long as he does, we should be able to blast down the boss. I actually can also... Hopefully Abomination comes back, and we can use him for some damage on the boss. All these guys over here are done. They don't matter. Just pick them up so it's a little easier to see the screen. We are lining up really well with the ultimates from Baron and then Nocturne. We do have an ultimate active from Wrath, and you can see he's not nearly as tanky as he is on stage 18, so we're actually putting in a lot of damage. The second we trigger Nocturne, this shouldn't be much of a fight. So watch the bar here. You see, guys, that when it just shoots down like that, that's when he hits for real damage. So it really is a walk in the park when you got a good Nocturne and you do get those triggers. So if you have a great Nocturne, but you're maybe struggling to get him down the whole way, there's no reason not to keep retrying and retrying since it doesn't cost energy. And if you get good RNG, and even though it's only a 15% chance, if you can hit 2 or 3 times, you see the chunks that takes down, because this is a very tanky, high defense enemy, but Nocturne will ignore that. So there we go, stage 17 on our first try. Hopefully we'll do the same for 18. I'm going to do less explanation now, guys, and really just focus on trying to nail this my first try. So hopefully you enjoy it. As long as we do everything well, this should be fairly easy. And then what I will do, what I promised Blake, is we'll go in once we beat it again, and I'll try to do a speedier run for his farming, and then we will be done. So maybe we can do a little bit of Void Rift. I doubt we'll be... There's no way we'll be able to beat the whole Void Rift for me today, but... where are you? Great. And great. I think we gotta wait. I messed it up slightly. So unfortunately, he couldn't take the second hit. That's really a drag, but it should be all right. I'm quickly thinking, no, we'll do like this. That is true. I might need to use Olague. Okay, so terrible start. Guys, not having 5-star tanks is definitely making this harder. The ghost dude is the lord effect of the North Throne. This Baron is like really not doing it. Yeah, okay. We got to place really... I'm being pretty lazy if you guys haven't noticed. I'm going to stop now. Come on. So we do have the shields up at least on Decimus, which is nice. All right, now, so we should be set. If we still struggle, then we're really in trouble. So keep an eye on when we finally start taking damage with Decimus. All right, we can pick him up now. So now we focus on Sadie. Okay, trigger. Let's see if we have to use Vortex. It's kind of going to be kind of important. Oh, we don't have to use Vortex. So Sadie's that strong, guys. You can see how weak this Baron is. No offense, Blake. It's just because he's not 6 stars. But even still, we're kind of fine. And that's just all on the back of Sadie's insane ultimate ability. Also, Sadie's a 9-cost healer, which is just ridiculous. Let's trigger Valkyra. Let's get Olague down. All right, now we got to really pay attention on ultimates and stuff. All right, Abomination. I think we place him like this for now. It'll be okay. All right, really, Baron's not doing a good job at all for us. Sadie's almost back. So hopefully, come on, come on. Sadie's really, come on. So you saw I triggered early there on Vortex. I really didn't want to take a chance with Baron. It looks like we might be in trouble with Olague. No, Sadie's going to save the day again. You guys can, this is really turning into a Sadie showcase. You can see how we probably really should be struggling with these 5-star tanks, and it's just kind of a non-issue with Sadie. So we wait, we wait, we wait. I'm probably going to use Wrath to take a hit here, and then also give us a little bit of bonus for Abomination. So we'll use Wrath like this, and now we'll get ready with Decimus. All right, we should be good. We can trigger in a second. We're getting close to the last round of slams. And I'm not going to really worry about picking anyone up right now because we're pretty good on cost. I trigger and trigger. We could actually tank a little damage if we have to here, which I actually will do. So we're waiting for Sadie to load up. We're looking pretty good. I am going to trigger Valkyra already just so there's no risk at all with these little extra golems. And now we just got to time... Hopefully Valkyra takes care of that. Hopefully Olague can sail off. All right, we got lucky with Vortex there. Here comes Sadie. The second we trigger Sadie, we're in the clear. As long as everyone stays up. Okay, we're good. Pick up. Take one more hit on the ground. All right, now we can drop Nocturne so we can load up. I don't know what Isolde's thing does, but we can at least trigger it. Great. Okay, we can pick up Isolde. And we did it. Probably didn't even need to trigger Valkyra, but should be fine. So we just wait and wait and wait for Nocturne. Unfortunately, we have Abomination here. Is Wrath going to be ready? Wrath actually might be ready, so I am going to 1x this. Just yeah, he will be ready. Cool. Okay, this should be an easy clap unless we get super unlucky with Nocturne, and we're not going to. This is just a delete button right now. There's Valkyra. There we go, guys. So you can see it was a little tight at the end. The big reason for that is, yeah, it was cutting a little close. But you can see there the benefit of the privilege card, guys. We got a drop, a bonus drop, and we got a privilege bonus drop. So that's something you don't see every day. That is pretty cool. And we got a thumbs upper. Meh. But there you have it. So we're gonna do a quick auto run. Actually, that was pretty fast, I think. And Blake said we could leave it. We are gonna leave it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Blake. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful to some people. And let me know on Discord or in the comments of this stream if this is the kind of thing you want to see released as an edited video. This is the second time I've done a live takeover. We also did it for Gear Aid 118. And then, yeah, if you enjoyed this and you think maybe it'd be good for your account, takeovers are available for purchase on Discord. Typically, I charge between $40 and $50 an hour, depending on what it entails. But as Blake will tell you right now, I'm probably too generous. I tend to give, I tend to go overtime, and I never charge if it's more than what I think it's going to be. But yeah, cool.
Fastidious.